When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
Some sort of a miracle. The Leopards going to be picked up by Ferguson. Throw.
Flood, that's going to be popped over to the third baseman, throws it over.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome here to Washington, Oklahoma, your hometown. Lindsay Leopards taking on the Washington Warriors. I am your host, RJ Brooks, joining here in this nice Tuesday evening. And yesterday, Lindsay played Washington and lost 17-0, got run ruled. But here they are again, here in Washington, and see if Lindsay can get the job done. I believe that now improves Lindsay and the record to, I believe, 15-9 now. So, actually, sorry, 9-15, other way around. But see if Lindsay can get the job here in Washington done, and go ahead and talk about the starting lineup real quick. First off, we got the catcher, number 1, Manny Aguero. He's your 1-hole hitter. Number 2-hole hitter is going to be number 7, Brody Klein. He's going to be playing pitcher today on the mound. Shortstop, number 9, Aiden Ramage. We got our 4-hole hitter. That's going to be first base, number 5, Aiden Scruggs. Left field, number 2, Heber Chavera. Right field, number 3, Will Lawrence. Second base, number 6, Parker Dotson. And you got your center fielder, number 20, Tug Fott. DH, number 11, Caven Hunter. Take a moment now to play the national anthem. I'll be right back. Well, welcome back. And again, that is going to be your starting lineup for your hometown Lindsay Leopards. And Washington will be the home team, so obviously with number 1, Manny Aguero. And then after him will be number 7, Brody Klein. We'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Let these guys finish up their warm-up. We'll be back with Manny Aguero up to bat. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live right here on the number 1 source, Leopard Sports Network. Well, welcome back. Washington, Oklahoma. Looks like we're ready to go now. This pitcher warmed up. It looks like they're going to be number 4 on the mound for the Warriors. Again, number 1, Manny Aguero, will be leading off the top of the first. Manny digs in. And again, Thursday, Lindsay will be playing at home against Sulphur. Bringing you live coverage of that. Looks like this is going to be a lefty pitcher on the mound. First pitch to Manny, he's going to be in for a ball. Make the count 1-0. That other pitch was in for a ball. The 2-0 pitch, that's going to be in for a strike. Make the count 2-1. So 2-1 the count for Manny. And the pitch, it's going to be fouled away right side. That'll make the count 2-2. Manny digs in. Waiting for the pitch. The wind up in the pitch. That pitch, that's going to be popped up into the infield, and looks like the pitcher calls it and gets the catch. That'll be out number 1. That'll retire Manny, and that'll bring up a number 7, Brody Klein. Klein will be your pitcher today.
The pitcher, number 7, Brody Klein.
So Klein will dig in. And here comes the pitch to Klein. It's going to hit the dirt for ball 1. That'll make the count 1-0. Batter due up next will be number 9, Aiden Ramage. That pitch, that's going to be a high ball. 2 balls, no strikes now for Klein. And the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be in for a strike. That was a nice pitch there. That'll make the count 2-1. Klein will dig in. And the 2-1. I'm going to call that strike number 2. That'll even the count up 2-2. 1 out and no one on base for Klein. And the 2-2. That's going to be swung and miss for strike number 3, out number 2. Retire Klein. That'll bring up number 9, your shortstop, your 3-hole hitter, Aiden Ramage.
The shortstop, number 9, Aiden Ramage. Is that right, Aiden Ramage?
And the pitch to Ramage, that's going to be a low. That'll make the count 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a grounder right to the second baseman. Gets out of his glove, and Ramage will stroll to first. And that'll be a single for Ramage. That'll put a runner at first. That'll bring up number 5, the senior Aiden Scruggs, the first baseman.
Stepping into the box, the first baseman, number 5, Aiden Scruggs.
So, runner at first, 2 outs. Scruggs digs in. Your Ramage lone runner at first. And the pitch. And that's going to be a little high. Make the count 1-0. Scruggs waiting for the pitch. And the 1-0. That's going to be called strike. Down the middle. Make the count 1-1. Waiting for the pitch. And here comes the 1-1. And that's going to be inside. That'll make the count 2-1 now for Scruggs. And the 2-1. Swung at, missed. Strike number 2. Oh, yeah, may even the count up 2-2 now. Still 2 outs. Runner at first for Scruggs. So due up next will be number 2, Hever Chavera. And going to try to pick him off at first. Safe. Scruggs got a Ramage, excuse me, has a pretty nice little lead out there at first. And here comes the 2-2. So it's going to be swung at, miss. It's going to hit the dirt, and he'll tag him out. So that'll be that'll be out number 3. That'll end this top of the first inning. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live right here on the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And welcome back here. Bottom of the first inning. Scoreless here.
For the Washington Warriors, the third baseman,
Looks like Cade Moore
Cade Norton.
will be due up first for the Washington Warriors. Lead off the bottom of the first. So he'll dig in. Again on the mound for the Leopards, number 7, Brody Klein. Klein's first pitch on its way. He's going to hit the dirt for ball 1. I'll make the count 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to be outside. Make the count 2-0 now for Moore. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Pitch from Klein. That's going to be outside for, or excuse me, that's going to be called strike. Strike number 1, 2-1 the count. And the 2-1. That's going to be a low ball. Be ball 3. That'll make the count 3-1. And Klein's pitch. That's going to be popped over to the shortstop, Ramage. Throws over to first. The reach will be good enough for an out. So that'll be out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, Dax McCaskill.
McCaskill will be up next for the Washington Warriors. One out away in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. So Klein, wind up in the pitch. It's going to be outside. For ball one. Make the count 1-0. And the 1-0 count. Pitch, excuse me. That's going to be popped over foul territory right side. I'll make the count 1-1. Just a long strike there. So 1-1 count, 1 out. No one on base for the Warriors. Klein's pitch on its way. And that's going to be popped over to Ramage again. Throw over to first will be good enough for out number 2. Will be 2 outs away in the bottom of the first. I'll bring up number 8 for the Warriors.
The second baseman, number 8, Marlon Moore.
Bring up Moore, second baseman. So again, Moore up to bat. He digs in. 2 outs, no one on base. And the pitch from Klein. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes for Moore. And the 1-0. Also in the dirt for ball 2. The count 2-0.
Why are there 700 people in here on the hottest day of the year?
So 2-0 the count, 2 outs. Klein with the pitch. And the 2-0. It's going to be popped over to Ramage. Gets it, throws over to first. Not in time, he'll be safe. Good hit there by Moore. Put him at first, steals 2 outs. Bring up number 22. Andrews for the Warriors. So 2 outs, runner at first. Andrews up to bat. Still scoreless, bottom first. Andrews digs in. Pitch from Klein. It's going to be swung at, missed for strike number 1. Make the count 0-1. Also on deck for the Warriors, number 15. Klein. He'll try to pick him off at first. Safe. So Andrews will dig back in. Klein with the pitch. It's going to be low inside. It's count 1-1. And Klein tries to pick him off. Safe. Just trying to keep him honest there at first. So Andrews digs back in. Klein gets his call in the pitch. And it's going to be fouled away. Right side. Make the count 1-2. So Andrews with the 1-2 count. Lone runner at first, 2 outs. Klein. And try to pick him off again. He's safe at first. Klein will step off. Think about it a little bit more. Looks like he's ready to go again. And the windup in the pitch. That's going to be a high ball. Manny with a throw to second. Dotson loses it. So that'll put a runner at second now. Also count going to be even up at 2-2. And he's going to make a mound visit real quick. Let's talk to his pitcher. So bottom first, scoreless. Runner at second, 2-2 the count, 2 outs. See if Leopards can get this as the last out here. Any out will do. Klein gets his call. Checks out second. And the pitch. That's going to be a fair ball right to Scruggs. He'll get the out. That'll end this top of the, or excuse me, this will end the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the top of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Well, welcome back. Top of the second inning. Leading off the top of the second will be number 2, Hever Chavera. Hever. Joe Chavera will dig in. And the pitch on its way. It's going to be called strike. Make the count 0-1. So waiting for the pitch. The 0-1 on its way. Going to be in for a strike. Nice pitch there. Make the count 0-2. So to the count and the pitch. That's going to be called ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Chavera. And the 1-2. It's going to be a little high, called ball. Even the count up at 2 now. And the 2-2. And that's going to be strike number 3, so he'll strike him out. First strikeout for the Warriors, I believe. And that'll bring up number 3, Will Lawrence. Big Willie Lawrence. Batting left side. Or lefty. On the right side. From my angle. So 1 out. First pitch to Will. It's going to be outside. Make the count 1-0. And the 1-0, it's going to be popped up to the shortstop, and he'll get the catch for out number 2. So that'll retire Will Lawrence. Also, that'll bring up number 6, your second baseman, number 6, Parker Dotson. 2 outs away in the top of the second. Dotson up to bat. Due up next after him will be number 20, Tug Fott. That first pitch going to be in for a ball. Second pitch going to be in for a strike. Make the count 1-1. And the 1-1. And that's going to be inside. 2 balls, 1 strike now for Dotson. Here comes the 2-1. Strike number 3 right down the middle. That'll make the count 2-2. And that pitch going to be ball 3, so that'll make it a full count for Dotson now. Full count, 2 outs, no one on base. Waiting for the pitch and the payoff. And that's going to be fouled away right side or fouled away backside, not sure. So still full count. Dotson digs in. And the payoff. That's going to be right back to the pitcher, loses it. Dotson is going to be called out at first. So good job by the pitcher there. Recollecting that ball, getting over to first. That'll be out number 3, and that'll end at the top of the second inning. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the bottom of the second, and don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Some sort of a miracle. The Leopards going to be picked up by Ferguson. Throw.
Flood, that's going to be popped over to the third baseman, throws it over. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning. Leading off the bottom of the second will be number 15. For the Warriors. And good his call. Klein ready. He'll dig in. Waiting for the pitch now. Klein with the pitch. And that's going to be called strike. This will be strike number 1. 0-1 the count. And the 0-1 from Klein. That's going to be popped over to third baseman Rice. Throws over to first, and he'll get the out number 1. So 1 out of the way, bottom of the second. That'll bring up number 2 now for the Warriors.
The shortstop, number 2, Liam Keltner.
So again, 1 out. Also put number 5 on deck for the Warriors. Bottom of the second, still scoreless. First pitch from Klein. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Klein gets his call. Wind up in the pitch. And that's going to be popped over in no man's land. Drops down and looks like Fott will get that ball, but that'll be a single. That'll put him at first, and that'll bring up number 5 now for the Warriors.
Catcher, number 5, Cohen Scarborough.
So runner at first, 1 out. Still scoreless, bottom of the second. Klein with the pitch. That's going to be popped up in the infield and actually foul territory. Manny gets the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up number 6 now for the Warriors.
Stepping into the box, the left fielder, number 6, Cage Morris.
That'll bring up Morris, number 6 Morris up to bat. Also put number 13, Thomas, on deck. So 2 outs, runner at first. Morris digs in, waiting for the pitch. Nope, he'll try to pick him off at first. He'll be safe. So Morris will dig back in. And the pitch from Klein. That's going to be called strike. And he'll get out of the glove of Scruggs. But he'll stay there. So, 0-1 count. So runner at first, 2 outs for Morris. So Morris digs back in, 0-1 the count. Klein gets his call and the pitch. It's going to be low. Ball 1, so 1-1 the count now. Again, number 13, Thomas, will be on deck for the Warriors. And he'll try to pick him off again. Off target. So Klein gets his call and then the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now for Morris. Klein with the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be called strike, clips the corner. Even the count up at 2-2 now. So 2-2 the count, 2 outs, runner at first for Morris. Nice lead out at first. Klein with the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 3. That'll make the count, full count. Morris digs back in with a full count. Klein checks out first, gets his call. And the pitch. It's going to be ball 4. So that'll put a runner at first and second with 2 outs and bring up number 13, Thomas.
Center fielder number 13, Mason Thomas.
So again, Thomas up to bat. Gets his call. And digs in. Runner at first and second, 2 outs. See if Klein can get this last out here. Get him up to the top of the 3rd. Pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Klein gets his call. Checks out second. And the 1-0. That's going to be high inside. Make the count 2 balls, 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Klein's pitch. That's going to be high. Make the count 3-0. Runners at first and second for Thomas. Pitch in for a strike. Let's make 3 balls and 1 strike now for Thomas. Still 2 outs. Scoreless, bottom of the 2nd. Klein checks out second, and the pitch. It's going to be ball 4. So that'll load the bases up now. I'll bring up, I believe, Norman.
Third baseman number 1, Cade Norman.
That will be Cade Norman. So bases juiced, 2 outs. Norman up to bat. He'll dig in. Klein. They'll wind up in the pitch. That's going to be popped over center field. Fott gets the out, number 3. So that'll end this
Score remains 0-0.
bottom of the second, I believe. Yep, so that'll bring us to the top of the third. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the #1 source, the Leopard Sports Network.
Warriors this season.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning. Leading off top of the third will be number 20, Tug Fott. First pitch. That's going to be over to the left fielder. What a snag there. And he'll get the out, number 1. So first pitch, first out. And that'll retire Fott and bring up the DH, number 11, Caven Hunter.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 11, Caden Hunter.
So Hunter digs in. Pitch. It's going to be in for a strike. 0-1 the count.
The Cowboy out of Lindsay, Oklahoma.
Pitch. Caven, he's going to hit it over to third base. Third baseman gets it. Nice reach by the first baseman to get the out, number 2. So that'll retire Caven Hunter and bring up the catcher, Manny Aguero. So we're back to the top of the lineup.
The catcher, number 1,
2 outs away.
Aguero.
Top of the third. Manny digs in. Waiting for the pitch. And the pitch. It's going to be inside. Ball 1. Wait to count 1-0. The 1-0. It's going to be popped over to the first baseman. He'll take it, toss it over to the pitcher, and get the out, number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Washington due up next. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless.
Bottom of the third.
Looks like we got number 12, first baseman,
Dax McCaskill.
McCaskill. And he'll lead off the bottom of the third. Also put number 8, I believe, Moore. Number 8 Moore on deck. So he'll dig in. Klein. First pitch on its way. That's going to be in for a strike. With the count 0-1. I think that was a strike. And the 0-1. It's going to be outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch from Klein on its way. That's going to hit the dirt for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now for the first baseman. Again, Moore on deck for the Warriors. Klein gets his call, and the windup in the pitch. He popped right over to the third baseman, Rice, and the reach is good enough for the out. Number 1 out. So that'll be the first out in the bottom of the third. I'll bring up number 8, Moore.
Now batting. The second baseman, number 8, Marlon Moore.
So again, Marlon Moore up to bat. 1 out away in the bottom of the third. Pitch from Klein on its way. And it's going to be ball 1 for Moore. Made the count 1-0. And the 1-0. Pitch. That's going to be popped over to Ramage. Loses it. So that'll be a single for Moore. Put a runner at first. Bring up the right fielder, number 22. Andrews up to bat now for the Warriors. Again, 1 out away, runner at first. Andrews digs in. Klein will get his call. And try to pick him off at first, safe. So count. Well, no count yet. There's the first pitch to Andrews. That's going to be outside for ball 1. With count 1-0. Andrews digs back in. And try to pick him off again. Safe. So count still 1-0. 1 out, runner at first. Bottom of third, still scoreless. Klein with the pitch. It's going to be popped over, foul territory, and strike number 1. So 1-1 the count now for Andrews. A long strike there. And he'll try it again. Gets his call. And digs back in. Again, runner at first, 1-1 count, 1 out. Klein gets his call. Waiting for the pitch. And the pitch. It's going to hit Andrews in the shoulder. Ooh. So that'll put him at first. I believe put Moore at second now.
Stepping into the box.
I'll bring up number 15, the designated hitter. So runner at first and second, 1 out. He'll dig in. Klein. Checks out second. And the pitch. It's going to be fouled back.
Here, Wilson. They don't have Mountain Dew, but I got you Dr. Pepper. And this amazing drink here. Try that.
Kiss.
Just try it.
So 0-1 the count
Can I keep that?
Yeah.
for 15.
What is it? Who made it?
It's downstairs. It's $1.
He'll dig in.
It's amazing. It's like frozen lemonade and tea and oranges.
Klein
The Lord be praised.
You're welcome.
checks out second. And the pitch. It's going to be popped up. Fouled back. Make the count 0-2 now. So again, 0-2 the count, 1 out. Runner at first and second. Klein finds his call. Checks out second. And the pitch. That's going to be called ball. On ball, 2 strikes. And he'll dig back in. Looks like we got number 2 on deck for the Warriors. Klein with the pitch. And the 1-2, that's going to be outside for ball 1. Or excuse me, ball 2. So 2-2 now the count. Still 1 out. So Klein can get the out number 2 here. Klein with the pitch. It's going to be popped over to Dotson, loses it. And that might bring home a runner. It will. It'll bring home 1 runner. That'll put a runner at the corners now. And that'll also put the Warriors up 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. I'll bring up number 2 now for the Warriors. Looks like they're going to have a mound visit by Coach Edwards. See what he'll do here. Looks like they're going to have a pitching change. Number 16, Rice, is going to be your new pitcher. So we'll let him warm up. We'll be back with more Leopard Baseball live on the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network. Well, welcome back. Looks like the new pitcher will be Kason Rice, so they're going to switch Chavera to third, put Klein at left field, and Rice on the mound now. So, be your new pitcher. So, what Rice can do here. First pitch from Rice going to be called strike. Make the count 0-1. Rice's pitch can be called ball. Looks like the runner from first is going to steal second, so that'll put a runner at second and third with a 1-1 count, still one out. Rice checks out second, and he'll step off. Gets his call. And the 1-1. It's going to be popped over to Chavera at third. He'll try to throw it over to home, and he'll get the out. And that's going to be, ooh. He took that hit there, and he's going to walk it off. Good effort there by number 22. Can't remember his name, but that'll be out number 2.
Now batting.
So,
Number 5.
that'll put runners on the corners now with 2 outs. That'll bring up number 5.
Now pitching for Lindsay, number 16.
Bring number 5, Scarborough. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. He'll dig in. Rice checks out first. He'll try to pick him off. Safe. Also put number 6 on the deck for the Warriors. And the pitch from Rice. That's going to be in for strike number 1. Let me count 0-1 now. Rice gets his call. And the 0-1. It's going to be outside for ball number 1. So runners at second and third. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Rice with the pitch. And it's going to be pop foul territory. Manny, no chance of getting that one. So that'll be strike number 2. So that'll make the count 1-2 now. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Warriors still up 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Rice, wind up in the pitch. It's going to be high for ball 2. That'll even the count up 2-2 now. He'll dig back in with the 2-2 count. Pitch from Rice. It's going to be popped up in the infield. Scruggs calls it and gets the out number 3. So, Warriors still up 1-0. Heading into the top of the 4th. See if Lindsay can get their bats going here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more with Leopards due up next. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network.
Congratulations.
There's some sort of a miracle. The Leopard is going to be picked up by Ferguson. Throw.
Flood, that's going to be popped over to the third baseman, throws it over. Welcome back. Top of the fourth inning. Washington Warriors up 1-0 over your hometown Lindsay Leopards. Due up to start the top of the fourth will be number 7, Brody Klein, your left fielder.
The left fielder, number 7, Brody Klein. Will you go down
So Klein will get his call.
concession stand
And he'll dig in here.
and get me
Due up next, I believe, will be
just mustard?
number 2, or excuse me, number 9, shortstop, Aiden Ramage. First pitch will be in for, that's going to be a foul ball there. I believe first pitch might have been a ball.
Go order a hot dog and tell them you need mustard.
If the ump will say anything here. That pitch going to be popped right over to the first baseman, and that's going to be out number 1. So 1 out away in the top of the fourth. Bring up number 9, your shortstop, Aiden Ramage.
Off you go. Off you go. Now batting. The third baseman, number 9, Aiden Ramage.
He's a shortstop. No, you're good.
Just go get me a hot dog.
So that pitch going to be in for a ball.
Yes. I just want a hot dog, honey. That's a meanie and a bun.
And that pitch going to be in for a ball 2. So 2-0 the count. 1 out
So last night I'm
for Ramage. The 2-0 pitch. It's going to be the swung out missed. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. Still 1 out, no one on base for the Leopards.
She came up here with freaking chips and jalapenos, no cheese.
Ramage digs in the pitch and the 2-1. That's going to be called strike number 2. So even the count up 2-2 now for Ramage. And the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be high for ball 3. That'll make it a full count now for the senior. And the payoff on its way. So that'll be ball 4. That'll walk Ramage over to first with 1 out. And that'll bring up number 5, the senior first baseman, Aiden Scruggs.
Stepping into the box, the first baseman, number 5, Aiden Scruggs.
So Ramage at first, 1 out. Scruggs gets his call and digs into the box. We're still up 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. And the pitch to Scruggs, that's going to be fouled back for strike number 1. That'll make the count 0-1 for the senior. Scruggs digs in with the 0-1. It's going to hit him in the leg. So that'll put a runners at first and second and bring up number 2, Heber Chavera.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 2, Heber Chavera.
So runner at first and second. 1 out. Chavera digs in. And the pitch. That's going to be high for a ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike for Chavera. And the 1-0. It's going to be bunted. A nice bunt there. Chavera going to be called out at first. So
Now batting, the right fielder, number
still runner at second and third. I'll bring up number 3, Big Willie Lawrence, the lefty. So 2 outs away. And the pitch, it's going to be fouled away, third base line. Make the count 0-1. So top fourth, Warriors still up 1-0. Runners at second and third, 0-1 the count, 2 outs. The windup in the pitch, it's going to be outside for ball 1. Make the count 1-1. Lawrence. And that's going to be called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Lawrence.
Yeah, you tell me how Trevor knew that they've been hit by pitch 54 times this season.
Looks like he's going to step off here. So Lawrence is going to dig back in.
I will announce that.
Waiting for the 1-2. And it's on its way. That's going to be in. Looked like in the zone, but called a ball. Can't complain. Make the count 2-2 now. And the 2-2. It's going to be fouled back. So that'll keep the count at 2-2 now. Good fight by Lawrence. Looks like Edwards is going to talk to Lawrence real quick. So Lawrence will head back. And he'll dig back in. So 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. And the pitch, that's going to be high for ball 3. I'll make it a full count now for Lawrence. And the payoff. It's going to hit him in the back. So that'll make the bases juiced. Lawrence at first. Looks like we got Scruggs at second, and in that third we got Ramage. Looks like the Warriors coach is going to make a mound visit real quick. Due up next for the Leopards will be number 6, Parker Dotson. Let's see what he's going to do here. After Dotson, we got number 20, Tug Fott. I'll keep him on the mound here. So again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Dotson up to bat, top 4th. Warriors still up 1-0.
Now batting,
Leopards threatening here, though.
the second baseman, number 6.
See what Dotson can do here.
Dotson.
So Dotson will dig in. And the pitch on its way. It's going to be outside for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0. Be low for ball 2. Make the count 2-0. And the pitch. Be called strike. Clip the corner there. Make the count 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That's going to be fouled back for strike number 2. That'll even the count up 2-2. 2 outs, bases loaded. Dotson will dig in here. And the 2-2 on its way. It's going to be fouled away right side. So we'll fight to see another one. Dotson waiting for the pitch. The 2-2 pitch on its way, and it's going to be fouled away. Right side. Good fight by Dotson here. And the 2-2. That's going to be fouled away, third baseline. Dotson doing everything he can here. He knows the situation. You got a 2-2 and a 2 outs with bases loaded. The pressure is on. But the senior, he's experienced. He knows. See if he can fight in this situation here. And the 2-2. And he's going to strike him out looking. So Leopard's going to leave 3 on base. And that'll end the top of the 4th. We'll take a quick break with Washington due up next. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning. Warriors up 1-0. Leading off the bottom of the 4th will be number 6, Morris. I believe he's playing left field. So, Morris will dig in here. Rice still on the mound. And Rice's pitch on its way. That's going to be popped over to left field, and Tug fought with a nice little snag there for out number 1. So first pitch, first out. That'll bring up number 13, Thomas. Warriors still up 1-0, bottom of the 4th. 1 out away. Center fielder 13, Thomas, again up to bat. Put number 1, Norman, on deck. I believe is his name. Wind up in the pitch on its way. It's going to be ball 1 outside. Make the count 1-0. So Thomas will dig back in with the 1-0 count. Rice with the pitch. And that's going to be fouled for strike number 1. Make the count 1-1 for Thomas. Rice with the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be low for ball number 2. So I'm at the count 2-1. Again, 1 out, no one on base. Rice with the 2-1. That's going to hit the dirt for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike for Thomas. Getting on deck, number 1, Caden Norman. And the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be ball 4 outside. So I'll put a runner at first and bring up Norman, number 1. Again, Warriors still up 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. See if Leopards can get the last few outs here. Get the bats going. They've got people on base, but never quite can get a runner home. So again, Norman up to bat. So put number 10 on deck. And the pitch. That's going to hit Norman in the back. So, I'll put runners at first and second. Bring up number 10 now.
Stepping into the box, number 10, Jake Cole.
It's going to be Jake Coles. First time seeing him today. So Coles digs in. Runners at first and second, 1 out. I believe he's just a substitute for an injury. And the pitch, that's going to be in for strike number 1. Good pitch by Rice. I'll make the count 0-1. Coles with an 0-1. Rice checks out second. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for ball. And he's going to be called safe at third. So I'll put our runners at second and third. Count's now going to be 1-1. Still 1 out. So Coles digs back in with a 1-1 count. Number 8, Moore, going to be on deck for the Warriors. That pitch, that's going to be bunted. And be a sacrifice out there. Bring in a runner. And that'll put runner at third. Also be 2 outs now for the Warriors. Also put them up 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up number 8, Moore, for the Warriors.
The second baseman, number 8, Marlon Moore.
So put number 22, Andrews, on deck. And the pitch from Rice. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Make the count 1-0. Rice gets his call. And the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be fouled to right side. And they'll make the count 1-1. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Runner at third. Again, number 22, Andrews, will be on deck for the Warriors. Rice gets his call. And the windup in the pitch. That's going to be swung at and missed for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Moore. And he'll dig in. Rice gets his call. And the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 2. That'll even the count up 2-2 now for Moore. Rice with a 2-2. That's going to be fouled away right side. So that'll keep the count at 2-2. Good fight there from Moore. Trying to keep his at-bat alive. The 2-2 be fouled back. So Moore will dig back in with 2 outs and a runner at third. Bottom 4th, Warriors up 2-0. Rice with the pitch. That's going to be popped over. That is a rocket over to left, and that's gone. So a double shot home run for Moore, and that'll put the Warriors up 4-0 now over your hometown Lindsay Leopards here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll clear the bases. Still 2 outs, and he'll jog all the way home. And that'll bring up number 22, Andrews. As Manny talks to Rice after that one. That was a rocket over to left field. That cleared that fence by about 5 feet. See if Rice can bounce back. Cannot say this right. From that home run and just settle down here on the mound. So Rice with the pitch after that home run. It's going to be high for a ball 1. 1-0 count. What's up at number 15 on deck? Pitch to Andrews. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strike. 2 outs, bases clear after that double shot home run. And the 2-0. It's going to be high for ball 3. Make the count 3-0. Andrews digs in. Rice gets his call and the windup in the pitch. Be ball 4 high. And that'll walk him over to first. Bring up number 15 for the Warriors.
Stepping in, the designated hitter, number 15, Easton Burton.
So runner at first, 2 outs. Warriors up 4-0, bottom of the 4th. Rice checks out first. Nice lead at first, and he's going to lose it, but not get very far, so stay at first. Pick off, just a little off target there. So no count yet. Rice checks out first, gets his call. And the pitch. That's going to be a popped up ball, foul territory. Chavera loses it. And they're going to say, and he lost it, so that'll be a foul ball. So a very long strike there. Everybody's going to, looks like Andrew's going to head back over to first. Make the count 0-1, 2 outs still. He'll dig back in here. Try it again. Rice with the pitch. It's going to be inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Rice checks out first. And the pitch, that's going to be fouled. Left side. Strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first for the Warriors. See if Rice can get the out number 3 here. Any out will do. Leopards need to get their bats hot too. That pitch is going to be high for ball 2. That'll even the count up at 2. Rice with the 2-2. And that's going to be fouled away right side. So he'll fight to see another one. His count still remains 2-2. He'll dig in. Rice gets his call. And the pitch. That's going to be a line drive, no man's land of center and right. And that will bring home a runner. That'll be a stand-up double RBI. Stand-up double, single RBI actually. And that'll put the Warriors up 5-0 over your hometown Lindsay Leopards. Put a runner at second. And that should bring up, I believe, number 2 for the Warriors. So, looks like Coach Edwards is going to make a mound visit. Talk to his pitcher. See, looks like they're going to have a pitching change. Chavera will be the new pitcher. So we'll take a quick commercial break, let him warm up. We'll be back with more Leopard baseball live on the #1 source, the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning, Warriors up 5-0 over your Leopards. 2 outs. Looks like they're going to have a pitching change. Number 2, Hever Chavera, will take over the mound, and looks like they're going to put Kason Rice back to third base. So, digging in for the Warriors will be number 2, shortstop. He'll dig in. Again, runner at second, lone runner. Chavera checks out second. The pitch, that's going to be a wild pitch. Manny loses it, so he'll head over to third. He'll also be ball 1, so 1-0 count. So 1-0 the count, 2 outs, a runner at third. Chavera with the pitch. That's going to be outside, a little high for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strike for number 2. And the 2-0. And that's going to be high for ball 3. So 3-0 now the count. Chavera gets his call. And the pitch is on its way. It's going to be ball 4. So I'll put runners at the corners, 2 outs. See if Chavera can get the out number 3 here. Not allow any more runners in. That'll bring up number 5 for the Warriors. We got Scarborough. That will be so. Also put number 6, Morris, on deck. So he'll dig in. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Chavera checks out first, then the pitch. It's going to be low for ball 1. Make the count 1-0. Chavera gets his call, checks out the bases. And the pitch. It's going to be maybe a little inside there. Make the count 2-0. Scarborough digs back in. And the 2-0. That's going to be high for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strike for the catcher. Again, number 6, Morris, will be on deck for the Warriors. And the pitch. He called strike 1. Clips the corner. Made the count 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Chavera's pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 4, and that'll load the bases up. Bring up number 6, Morris. Washington still up 5-0, bottom of the 4th. That'll be the left fielder, Morris. Looks like they're going to have a pinch runner in for the catcher. It's going to be number 3. Over there at first. Number 3. Dawson Thomas, the pinch runner. So bases juiced. 2 outs. Morris steps up and digs in the box. Chavera gets his call. And the pitch. That's going to be in for strike number 1. Make the count 0-1. Chavera with the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count for Morris. Chavera with the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be in for strike number 2. Nice pitch there. And then that'll make the count to 1-2 now. Still 2 outs, bases loaded. See what Chavera can do here. Any out will do. 1-2 on its way. That's going to be popped, dropped down. Fought's going to lose it. And that might be an inside the park home run. Nope, he's going to stay at third, so not enough time for him, but that'll bring in 3 runners. Wow, that was an error there by center fielder and loses it. That brought in 3 runners, and lucky enough got it on time to stop the 4th one coming in. But very nice hit there. Line drive just dropped down before he can get to it and just got right by his glove. So 2 outs. Now Washington up 8-0 in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up number 13, Thomas. And the pitch from Chavera. That's going to be high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Also put number 1, Norman, on deck. Chavera with the pitch. And that's going to be inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strike for Thomas. Chavera with the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strike. Runner at third, 2 outs, bottom 4th. Washington up 8-0. And again, after Thomas will be Norman on deck. See if Chavera can throw a strike here. 3-0 on its way. It's going to be called strike. Make the count 3-1.
What? Yeah, they are, man. No, I'm usually up here by myself, dude. I do what I want, man. Smack 'em, I suck 'em.
Chavera with the 3-1 pitch. It's going to hit him in the back. Put runners on the corners. Still 2 outs. That'll bring up number 1, Norman. So again, Norman up to bat, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Looks like they're going to have a pitching change. So looks like Will and Chavera are going to trade spots. And looks like Will will come in to pitch. So we'll let Lawrence warm up. We'll be back with more Leopard Baseball live on the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
So welcome back, bottom of the fourth inning. Looks like they're have a pitching change. They're going to switch out Will and Chavera. So Will be on the mound now. Chavera will be at right field. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Looks like they're going to have number 1 Norman digging in now in the box. So looks like Will's ready to go. So is Norman. Norman digs in.
Next time he's up, you gotta pronounce his name as Nate for me.
And he'll step off.
I already said Kate Norris.
Yeah, it's like Caitlin Morris.
I said Norris. Oh, Morris. Oh, whatever.
And the pitch from Will. It's going to be called a ball. Manny with the throw. The throw down. It's going to be way short. So, runners at second and third now. 1 out, or excuse me, 2 outs. Runner
I'll be announced. I'll say.
looks like,
Put it in there. I'll say.
I believe that is Thomas at second.
Oh, you know I'll do it for you, Jason.
But 1-0 the count. Pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So 2-0 now the count for Norman.
I knew about it 2 weeks ago, fool.
I believe that is Morris at third.
Until Thursday.
Very good.
And the 2-0.
Think about it yet.
It's going to be in for strike 1. 2-1 now the count.
Those are 2 nights.
No, in
This
two
is
nights.
tonight.
Yeah, Trip.
Lawrence with a 2-1. And that's going to be, it's going to hit the dirt outside. 3 balls, 1 strike now for Norman. Lawrence with a 3-1. It's going to be ball 4. And then they'll load the bases up again with 2 outs. Leopards just struggling to get this out, number 3 here. Bring up Cole at number 10.
Number 10, Jake Cole.
Coles. Warriors still up 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Will Lawrence with the pitch. He called strike. Strike number 1, 0-1 the count. And the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1, so 1-1 now the count for Coles. And the pitch, that's going to be outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for Coles. Bases loaded. See if Lawrence can get this out number 3. The 2-1. The outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now for Big Willie. And the 3-1. That's going to be a rocket over to left field. That'll drop down into Klein's glove. And that'll be out at number 3. So, damage done by the Warriors. They're up 8-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, Leopards will be up next. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Leopard baseball live on the number 1 source, Leopard Sports Network.
Some sort of a miracle. The Leopards is going to be picked up by Ferguson. Throw.
Flood, that's going to be popped over to the third baseman, throws it over.
Fifth for Lindsay.
Welcome back. Top of the fifth. Warriors up 8-0, leading off.
5, 8 and
The fifth inning will be number 20, Tug Fott, your center fielder. First pitch to Fott. It's going to be high for ball one. Make the count 1-0.
Sorry, that's center fielder number 20, Tug Fott. For some reason, I was being wrong. Saying
And the 1-0. And that's going to be high for ball two. 2 balls, no strike now for Tug.
Fott. Let's hear it for the rodeo cowboy out of Lindsay, Tug Fott in shoot number 8.
And the 2-0 will be fouled for strike number 1. Make the count 2-1 now.
I tried to tackle him and he tore my shoulder.
So the 2-1 to Fott. That's going to be a rocket over to left. And it went foul, so that'll make the count 2-2. And the 2-2. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Make it a full count for Fott. Due up after Fott will be number 11, the DH, Kevin Hunter. That's going to be fouled up and away, so we'll live to see another one here. Still full count. Waiting for the pitch. And the payoff on its way. That's going to be in for strike number 3. It'll strike out Fott and bring up number 11, the DH, Kevin Hunter.
Digging in, the designated hitter, number 11, Kevin Hunter.
So Kevin digs in. Pitch on its way. It's going to be called ball. It's going to be outside. I'd count 1-0. And the 1-0. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strike, 1 out. No one on base for Hunter. And the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strike for the DH. And the 3-0. In for strike number 1. 3-1 the count now. And the 3-1. That's going to be ball 4. So that'll walk Kevin over to first and bring back up to the top of the lineup with number 1, Manny Aguero. Still 1 out.
Now batting,
Manny digs in.
number 1, Manny Aguero.
Waiting for the pitch. And the pitch to Manny. That's going to be a grounder over to the shortstop. They're going to try to get a double play here. And he'll lose it. But Manny will stay at first. So that'll be out number 2. That'll put Manny at first and bring up number 7, the left fielder, Brody Klein.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 7, Brody Klein.
So Klein up now.
Little League field to watch Cruz.
And it looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner
Wanted to watch his buddies
there
play.
at first for Manny. It's going to be number 4, Kaysen Work.
Jet, Trip, and Kale and go eat supper. And then I'll hook up with you guys when he's done.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Klein digs
Whatever
in.
you're eating. Hideaway kind of sounds good.
Oh, you'll be there to eat with
And the pitch. So that's going to be high for ball
I may
1.
not make it. We'll see.
1-0 count.
I can do like 360 on trip.
I'll turn it off.
Okay, bye. Love you.
And the pitch, that's going to be fouled. Right side.
Make a play, see?
And it's going to be away, so.
Make your
Let me count 1-1.
embarrass your uncle up here.
I don't know if it's still like they had a cursing on it. Number 4. First.
So 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Klein digs back in. Warriors still up 8-0, top 5th. He'll step off. Work will head back to first. And the 1-1. It's going to be outside wild pitch. Work will head over to second. So he'll be at second now. Count now 2-1. Still 2 outs. Klein waiting for the pitch. And the pitch. It's going to be swung at, missed. For strike number 2. So 2-2 now the count for Klein. Klein digs back in. Waiting for the pitch. And it's going to be fouled back. So he'll remain 2-2 now. After that foul. Runner at second for Klein. 2 outs. Still top of the 5th. Warriors still up 8-0. And the pitch. And it's going to be rolled over to the first baseman. Toss it over to the pitcher, and he'll get out number 3. So that'll end this top of the 5th inning. Bring us to the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the Warriors up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Warriors up 8-0. And looks like leading off the bottom of the 5th will be number 8, Moore. Warriors scored 2 here. Will be a run rule, so see what Will can do on the mound. Again, Moore up to bat. Waiting for the pitch. Lawrence's pitch. It's going to be in for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. And the 0-1. And that's going to be a hard hit ball over to right field. And what a good play by the right fielder. I believe that is Chavera to get the out number 1. Nice little snag there. And that'll bring up number 22, Andrews, after that fly out there. Owen Andrews. First pitch, it's going to be popped over, and I don't know why he stopped. He could have got that, but it's going to drop down right in front of him. That'll be a single for Andrews. So first pitch, single, and that'll bring up number 15 for the Warriors.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 15, Easton Berglund.
Berglund. He'll dig in. Runner at first, 1 out. Lawrence with the pitch. It's going to be high for ball 1. It count 1-0. And the 1-0, that's going to be popped over, rolled down, and the speed by Andrews. Wow. Kid's got speed. So that'll be a stand-up double. Also put runners at second and third. 1 out still. That'll bring up number 2 for the Warriors.
This song has quite a few cuss words. That's the text message I like getting. Preacher. Now batting, the right fielder, number 2.
It's going to be the right fielder. And the pitch, that's going to be foul territory. Chavera can't get to it on time. So that'll be a long strike. Make the count 0-1.
The shortstop, number 2, Liam Kelker.
It's going to be a strike, not a ball. All right, good. And the 1. It's going to be in for a ball. That'll be outside, so 1-1 the count, 1 out. Runner at second and third for the Warriors. And the 1-1 on its way. It's going to be popped up, fouled right side. Count 1-2. Scarborough on deck for the Warriors after number 2. And Lawrence with the pitch. It's going to hit the dirt way in front of the plate. And Manny loses the ball. That's going to bring home a runner. So that'll make the count 2-2. Put the Warriors up 9-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Still 1 out. Runner at third. That one just kind of got away from Manny there and couldn't quite find it. So that'll bring up, or excuse me, still up to bat number 2 actually. He has a 2-2 count now. Lawrence gets his call and the windup in the pitch. Now that's going to be a line drive, bring home a runner, and that should be ball game. So that'll end the ball game. Final score at 10-0. Washington wins it. Run rules, Lindsay. And we'll go ahead and call it a game. Call it a day. And again, final score 10-0 here in Washington. Lindsay will head back home Thursday and play Sulphur. I'll have that live stream there for you, right here in the #1 source, Leopard Sports Network. We'll take it to commercial and call it stream. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to our sponsors. You've been watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
How many batters?